The same way a puppeteer can manipulate puppets, one can single-handedly change the price of an item to his own advantage, and this is called market manipulation. It's a risky process that requires a bit of money and knowledge, however, the reward is worth it.
Here is how market manipulation works. Let's assume that there are 10 overfluxes on the auction house, each being more expensive than the previous one, which is a common situation. All of them are listed as a bin, which stands for buy it now, meaning that you can avoid the annoying bidding process and purchase the item right away. By buying out the first 5 overfluxes, we can raise the price by 11 mil. This way we push the lowest bin price from 68 million coins to 79. This is important because the lowest bin is usually how people find out how much an item is worth. Due to this manipulation, we have led some people to believe that this is in fact worth 79 mil coins per, while we bought them for much lower. Now we just need to sell it back at a higher price and take our profit of up to 11 mil coins for each of the 5 overfluxes. That is how market manipulation works, but maybe not with overfluxes. That was just an example. Normally, you want to look for items that are high in demand and low in supply, meaning that a lot of people want them, but there are only a few on the auction house. This is because you want your items to sell and you want to be able to push the price of an item without buying too many. The items that work best are experimentation table books and pet skins. On this Wikipedia page, you can see a list of all the books you can get from the experimentation table. So now you just look at the list in the auction house until you find something that has a decent margin, and do the steps I mentioned earlier. That's generally how market manipulation works, but don't take my word for it. Now I'm going to do a real-world example, but before I do this, I want to thank Kwaki for providing a lot of the information for this video and giving me advice on flipping. I followed the steps described earlier and decided to flip an experimentation table book. I found that Prosecute 6 had a very good margin. I saw that by buying 7 books I would be able to raise the price from 6 to 12 million coins, so that's what I did. I paid a total of 55.5 million coins for all of them. Now, the lowest bin was at 12 mil coins and I had to sell the books. Normally, you would want to sell things on bin, but not for this. You see, items like these books might take a while to sell because only a small number of people need them. So there is a high chance that if you bin your items, the price will go back to normal very soon and you'll not make any money. So instead of binning, it makes more sense to auction the item. I find that auctioning the items for 15 to 30 minutes works best. This is because people do not usually bid on books ending in a long time since they bid on it for a flip and not for personal use. When auctioning the items, make the time intervals between around 3 to 10 minutes, depending on how many books there are, so you don't flood the market. Also, try to do this during peak hours when there are a lot of people playing. If you're concerned that the books will not sell, start with 2 or 3 and if they end up well, auction the rest. I was fairly certain in the success of this manipulation, so I auctioned 5 out of the 7 books I had. I put them up for 15, 21, 26, 30 and 35 minutes. I auctioned them for the lowest amount possible to avoid auction fees. When doing risky flips like this, it is recommended to get an auction booster, a friend or a guild member who would boost the price of auctions and save an item if it goes for too low. That is what I did. What you do next is up to you. You can just AFK and wait for bidders or try to advertise in a normal hub or a dungeon lobby. I waited for some of the books to sell and then auctioned the 2 I had left. This took me about 30 minutes. Unfortunately, one of the books went for a bit under the price I wanted, so I had my friend save it for me. After that, I auctioned the book again and got a fair price for it. However, that was annoying because I had to wait extra 15 minutes for the last book to sell. In the end, my books went for 10, 9.4, 9.7, 10.1, 2 for 10.8 and a single book for 11 million coins, which was a lot more than I bought them for. I had a total of 72 million coins to collect, and that came out to about 17 million coins of profit in a total of 50 minutes. This, however, could have been reduced to 35 minutes if I didn't get unlucky with that one book. Now, as a side note, I'm going to show you a trick that you can use to see if an item is getting manipulated. One of the mods that I use, called Not Enough Updates, has a feature that shows average prices over a period of time, which are displayed in the item tooltip. If you look at any item that is being manipulated, the average lowest bin is going to be much lower than the current bin. This is also the case with the Prosecute books that I manipulated. The average lowest bin was 8.1 mil, while the current lowest bin was at 11.6 mil. By looking at this margin, you can easily tell if an item is being artificially brought up in price. This will help you avoid buying items that might be a lesser flip than they seem.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.